Hey, it's Lisa, and I'm always cooking. I got an email recently from Allrecipes about a Thanksgiving sheet pan dinner for two. I normally host Thanksgiving, but I have a lot of family that will not be in town for the holiday this year, so I don't have anybody to host. Thought I'd give this sheet pan dinner a try. Since I'm going to be cooking for a family of four, I will be modifying it a little bit, but let's make it and see what happens. I provided a link in the description box so you can read the original article that was featured in Allrecipes. I did these 2 steps ahead of time, and that's all I did in advance. I purchased a bone-in turkey breast, and I removed the bone myself. I am taking the meat and putting them in a container and refrigerating them for a day or two. And then, because there was a lot of meat left on the bone, I, on a whim, decided I was going to make some turkey stock. And don't worry, every time I stepped away from the camera, I did wash my hands. The stock I just cooked in my Instant Pot for an hour and a half with some carrots, onion, and celery, a little bit of parsley, salt, and pepper. What you didn't see me do is strain it and drain it and put it in the refrigerator. With my turkey breast prepped and my stock made ahead of time, dinner preparations only take 2 hours. I did in fact double the recipe. I started with a rather large turkey breast, 2 pumpkins. I will end up with 2 sheet pans. These recipes use a lot of help with store-bought ingredients, and I am going to roll with it. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to put the tops back on the pumpkins or not, and the more I thought about it, the more I thought, well, you're not going to bake a pumpkin pie with a top on it, so I took the tops off. Since I have turkey broth, I'm going to use that in my packaged stuffing mix instead of water. Here's the herbed butter that we will be using to slather the turkey breast with. It calls for poultry seasoning, but I don't keep poultry seasoning on hand. But I can make my own. Let's get the sheet pans ready. Pumpkins go on, stuffing goes on, turkey goes on. Let's dot some butter on top of the stuffing into the oven for 30 minutes. Also missing from this bake time was the turkey gravy I made. The original recipe called for a package of turkey gravy, but since I had leftover broth from my turkey broth, I just thickened that up over the stove. After 30 minutes, the dressed green beans go on the pan, and the stuffing gets topped with some chopped pecans and dried cranberries. I did toss up the stuffing a little bit before I put the toppings on, and I am going to temp the turkey just to make sure it's not coming along too quickly or slowly. Then this goes back in the oven for 15 minutes. Now, the original recipe calls for you to microwave your potatoes for a few minutes, but I don't have a microwave, so I actually threw them in the oven while I was prepping everything in the beginning. And in hindsight, you could have just wrapped these potatoes in foil and thrown them on the baking tray at the beginning of the bake with the turkey and the stuffing and the pumpkins. I didn't use the brown sugar that the recipe called for on the sweet potatoes. I went with a little bit of cinnamon instead. back in the oven for 10 minutes. Last part is just a little bit of marshmallows and French fried onions back into the oven for 5 minutes. When everything comes out and you are all done, the pumpkins go back in for about 20 to 30 minutes while you finish eating dinner. Your dessert is served later, and it is so fun out of these pumpkins. Winner, winner, Thanksgiving dinner. Thanks for watching.